So I'm thinking. So here's what I'm thinking. I've already started the channel. I'm gonna do it. You want to talk about that?
What?
My
the channel.
I'm gonna start. So I like soft white underbelly.
Oh,
right?
Mark Leda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a sick channel.
Right. I like his channel. But he has an issue with monetizing.
Yeah, because he interviews drug addicts, hookers,
right.
gang members, pimps.
Yeah. So you end up with fraudsters.
Anybody want one of these?
No. You end up with these these people talking about heroin and shooting up and
they don't pay you off that.
Well, even if he's monetized, but how much monetization are they going to give him? Like $1, like $1? Like what's his RPM going to be? $1, $1.50? He's saying it's almost nothing.
Huh. He says that.
Why? Because of the content?
Yeah. They censor it. They demonetize it.
Right, because McDonald's doesn't want to run their commercial on a heroin addict prostitute who's now homeless.
Right.
Why? It's a bad look.
Because it's not. It doesn't to them.
They probably love McDonald's.
They probably do. I shouldn't say
more
McDonald's
than
right,
most people.
Right. And that was my fault for using McDonald's. All right, that was my fault. So let's say Ford motor car.
I thought that was a good place for McDonald's.
Let's say Ford motor car. Okay, or Ford motor.
Okay.
So Ford motor or Tesla or whatever. Somebody who's like.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, I guess.
So, but I talked to him and he said that he's like, yeah, but like if I put up like a prostitute or a pretty girl or something like that, he said those videos take off also. But his channel overall, it's not really monetized well. So I remember thinking, well, why don't you stop interviewing all these homeless people? But he's like, no, they have a story to be told and it's important. And so he's more on a mission. And I get that, because you know what I'm saying? Like, you need those guys. You know,
he's an artist. It's an art project.
Absolutely. He's passionate about it. Like, I'm not going to do it. But if that's what you want to do, and I think that's important. I think that's great, and it's great, and he's doing it perfect. So what I thought about, but I like the setup. The person's on the stool, the backdrop. It's very simplistic. You take some photographs of them. The photographs come and go throughout the whole thing. And it's just them talking. Like, you have to just kind of prompt them every once in a while to tell their story. And he doesn't make them go long. Like, he doesn't dig in. Like, some girl will get, or somebody will get on and talk for 15 minutes. Somebody else will talk for 2 hours. So, anyway, so I thought that would be great if you just use like dancers. So
strippers.
Yeah, strippers, dancers. I don't want to say strippers.
Well, I'm trying to make sure I know what type of dancer.
Yeah, exotic dancers.
Okay. Yeah.
Strippers, right?
You can call them strippers.
No, okay, so strippers, whatever. So if you were to go and do that and have the girl come, she works at Mons Venus, or she works at, is Mons Venus still around?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so 2001's like gone, right?
No, it's there.
Is it?
It's still popping.
Wow. All right. So Scarlett's or the Dollhouse or whatever these things. You have the girl come in. She sits down.
24 Karat. It's a good one.
I'm not sure if they're there anymore.
Whatever.
The strip clubs on US 19 are the best.
If
I don't. What is that?
Dirty is the best.
Are they?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, so you have the girl come in, she sits down, she talks for 20 minutes. Maybe she comes in blue jeans and a T-shirt, she talks for 10 minutes, whatever. That's it. That's her whole story. She leaves. Maybe another girl comes in, she's completely dolled up, and she talks for 2 hours, and it's an absolute heartbreaker, and she's telling about, tragedies and whatever. But I dated a chick for about almost 5 years, and she, for 3 years, she stripped at Scarlett's. And this is a cliche, but she was in college and she ended up getting a degree in finance while stripping at Scarlett's. So she would come home and say, man, I met this chick today and this happened and this. And she would just tell me these different stories. I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, like there was a girl that lived down here and flew to New York and would fly up there for 3 days, stay in her friend's spare room, fly back. And she's like, she's making like $100 and something thousand a year. She can't live in New York for that, but she can live like a king down here. And that was like 20 years ago. So, she would tell me about these girls, and I thought, that would be a good subject matter. And nobody's doing that. And if you did it well and it was artistic and you weren't like a complete, scumbag about the whole thing, then, I think that's a channel that might take off. So I started a channel. I need to get it monetized. I need 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, here we go.
I need 1,000. I need 1,000. Is he flipping the thing?
No, it's on you. Trust me.
Okay. So I need 1,000 subscribers, and in about A couple of weeks from now, I'm going to start interviewing the girls, but I need, if anybody out there knows any girls that are dancers that would be interested in telling their story, much like kind of like Soft White Underbelly, only it's a bad example because if you go there, you're watching drug addicts, but it's the same basic setup. I mean, I can't do the exact same setup. I mean, Mark's amazing.
Strippers and porn stars are some of the most interesting people in the world that I've ever met.
They got stories.
They got stories, but they usually come from nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They come from broken homes with abuse and that kind of stuff. So they have to dig, climb their way out of a hole.
Yeah.
So those people seem to have, I mean, in my experience, those girls seem to have the most character, the most interesting stories, and they seem to be like overall more interesting.
Bro, they've been through some shit. That's the whole thing.
Have,
like the coolest people. Like, listen, the guy that was born into an upper middle class family, played on the t-ball league and softball, and ended up graduating high school and married his college sweetheart and graduated and went to work as a CPA and had 2.2 kids, and that guy's not that interesting. No. No offense, but the guy who came from nothing and went through hell and ended up going to jail and ended up getting a couple DUIs, and he's had 2 wives, and he's had that guy's got a story. Mm-hmm. The people that have been through hell and back, those are the guys that have great stories.
Mm-hmm. Or girls,
or
women,
or women. I was just thinking, can you play this? Like, you can play this and you're not going to get a copyright thing?
We're not showing the TV. But yeah, we will get a copyright if he shows that TV, but we're not going to show that TV. We're showing you.
Okay. So, yeah. So I think those chicks, listen, some of those girls are going to be like, look, I was born, middle class, and everything went well, and I had a friend that talked me into doing this, and I make great money, and I'm saving the money, and I'm banking, and that's it. So that's fine. Mm-hmm. Another girl's going to be like, listen, when I was 13 years old, my mother, who's a heroin addict, her boyfriend started molesting me, and when I turned 17, I left the house and I went. They're gonna have I joined the military, and after 2 years I got out, and those chicks are gonna be like, that's amazing, this chick's amazing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think that'd be a super cool channel, and I think if you just did that, and here's what I think too. Here's my idea. They come in, they do 45 minutes, they tell their story, okay, they leave. You put the whole thing together. I'm going to photograph them a bunch of times. So
just like Mark?
Just like Mark. Oh, listen, I'm total ripoff.
You should paint them instead of photograph them. You should paint them.
Yeah, that's what I need, more work.
Like Rose in the Titanic.
I should paint them. Yeah, because I can whip out a painting in 20 minutes. That's no big deal. So anyway, back to reality. I'm going to take some photos.
The people do the caricatures at the fair?
I'm going to put together the whole thing, right? Put together the whole thing. Once it's done and you're ready and it's uploaded, I'm going to take a QR code, put it on 500 business cards with the girl's name, and give it to the chick so she can pass it out. It's a barcode. So she's got 500 of them. She can give them to a client. She can give them to whoever she wants. You can go and see my bio. Plus, the other thing is in the description, I'll put any social links that they want.
Your OnlyFans?
Yeah, their OnlyFans, their Instagram, their Facebook, whatever they want. So that, to me, could lead to something for them. So there's a huge benefit for them.